Hi everybody, how you all doing? Hope you're having a wonderful day. I'm having a pretty good day. Getting a lot of script writing done, getting a lot of projects kind of working out in my head, and now we're running on trying to get some Unreal Engine works done, and we're going to make a javelin. This is going to be fun. I am still trying to get the interiors for the javelin set up, but I'm having trouble importing that in the Blender. So yeah, let me turn down the music just a little bit. So here's the thing. Let me actually finish typing up a message. All right, so in Unreal Engine 5, they don't support the layering method that we were using for some of our materials with nanite materials. This unfortunately leaves us in a position where I kind of have to rebuild the whole material system if I want to use nanite with our models, because the hard layer system I built very much uses nanite, the layer system. But this also offers us an opportunity to kind of look a little bit differently at some of our setups. It means that if we take every material as its own instance, for lack of a better phrasing, we can actually make each material unique. But what we need to do is build the systems that go in between everything. What do I mean by that? Well, let me show you once we get Unreal Engine up and running. This version likes to crash on me quite a bit, especially in the VRs and everything. All right, so Star Citizen, no. Where is... skip conversion, because I know this works. Alright, so what I want to do is import the javelin, rebuild the material system, and this time we're going in version 3. We're going to do literally everything from scratch. We're not going to use any of the old systems. We will reference the old systems. We will reference a lot of the older setups we did, but we're going to start from scratch on the material side. At least as far as the coding goes, because there's some new informations I want to incorporate and some kind of other standards I want to use. So let's actually get Unreal Engine up and running. And on another monitor, I actually have a new extraction I am going to do. So at some point tonight, I'm going to be popping out Blender, kind of like this. And this is actually what we're looking to extract. I have this in Blender, and you can see it's lots of stuff. But let me hide the duplicate geometry stuff. And it still has duplicates, but that's okay. But hopefully we'll be able to export all of this, get this all imported, and have something reasonably good. Do you guys hear that? Oh. Yeah, things got robotic. One moment. There we go. That's better. I don't know why everything went. So our goal is to get this mesh and all the parts and everything exported, and look at the size of those cannons. And look, they have like size, what, 4s, I think? Yeah, those are size 4s. These are the hammerhead guns. on top of these monsters. So, yeah. Here we are in Unreal Engine 5. So, let's do a new level. And we'll call this, actually, no, we'll go to, yeah, I think I'm just going to wipe all these out. Because I'm not happy with any of them. Oh, it's going to give me a problem with, no, you can't kill a loaded episode. And I'm like, you know, fuck you guys. It's also going to crash a few times on me because it's compiling shaders, which is going to make things hard for the stream. So I ask your patience. The stream may stutter. Okay. You all look like tiny little ants. You're a tiny little ant. So, we will be working with version 3 materials. Version 3s are going to be, you know, essentially virgin. We've got a lot of other things to work with. And, you know, I think this program's going to freeze on me until, you know, the GPU crashes. So. If we lose OBS, I'll try to reboot it as quickly as possible, so be prepared for that. There's a lot going on. I mean, here, let me, I don't know if you can see that. You know, this is exporting the Javelin from 3.13. Now, I'm actually trying to export 3 Javelins from 3.13, and the reason is 3.13 actually had the interiors for the Javelins, and I'm kind of breaking them off all into their own separate folder because I was trying to export things into a group folder, and I think when importing the Blender, one of them was having a crashing issue, and that may have been caused by, you know, having this all in one spot, and everything just went robot again. One moment. We're back. Yeah, no idea what happened there. My audio meter just croaked. Oh, I'm getting a little bit of something here. Oh, it's trying to load all these packages. No, don't do that. Just delete them. So I don't know if you guys saw the new Spider-Man trailer. Somebody put that out, and I don't think it was supposed to be Marvel, but they kind of went with it and was like, oh, okay, well, let's do this. Bum, 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 bum. So, still no interaction here. This is going to be a bit of a wait. Oh, boy. So, yeah, just waiting now. This is the problem. Yes, so much to do, and now my GPU crashed. Yay. Which means I got to start up Unreal Engine all over again. Because it likes to crash that way. Your GPU has been inactive for a quarter of a millisecond. It must have crashed. Dude, I'm doing like 500 things and this is a beast of a video card. I'm surprised that it didn't crash earlier. So we're still exporting over there. That's going to go for quite a while. That's probably going to be most of the stream. It takes a while. Alright, and... Not sure what's going on with that, but okay. For some reason I thought it was the wrong version of Unreal Engine. Well, something's having some problems. No, I do not want VR running. It likes to have VR running. It's got to have the VR. I'm actually doing really well keeping my table somewhat clean. You know, it doesn't stop dust from accumulating. It doesn't stop my niece from giving me feathers from pigeons that have actually started coming by my the bird feeder outside. She's also very much into Compito, which is a sugar star candy. It's actually really good. It's, you know, something I was addicted to, but you know, I can't have too much sugar. So, yeah, it's these nice little bumpy stars. They come in like, you know, 4 different colors. So, and it tastes like sugar. That's what it is. It's literally sugar. I think the only ingredient here is sugar and water. The ingredients: sugar and colors. Alright. So I want to create a new level. I'm going to call this New Test World. Open it up, save selected, yep. So, let's start with some very basic stuff. We want an actor. We want... Well, what we want is a shape. A plane. Do we have any planes? Yeah, that'll work. Alright, so now... let's see. A directional light. Nope. Skylight. And let's pull in one of our older models. Let's save all real quick. So, spaceships, ships, Drake, Buccaneer. I'll pull in the Buccaneer. It's not going to look great, but it will work. Mostly so we can get an idea of scale. Because, you know, we don't need this to be, you know, fantastical in terms of size. But, just knowing the basic size will let me readjust things. There. Yeah, that gives me a good sense of size. There we are. Alright, turn the grid off, or at least down. Probably one more up. There, I think that might do. Yeah, that'll be good. Alright. Oh, and I forgot we were over here. Alright, so here's our very basic ship. We've got some very basic, you know, one-directional lighting. So, you know, in reality, we probably don't need that. And let's file save this. And everything went robotic again. There we go. So, oh, yes, here we are. Project settings. So we want to make some changes to the entirety of the project, most of which are under renderings. So don't have to worry about that. We're set up for Lumen. Virtual shadow maps, yeah. So we're using a lot of the new technology here. Although I find it interesting that there's... oh, no, we're getting a little bit down here. Actually, we probably do need the radial. But, you know, we could also drop in a sun and sky. But that kind of overblows everything. But it is more photorealistic. So there is that. Alright. Longitude, latitude, time zone. -8. Let's say it's June 15th at 13 a.m. Yeah, so it's 1 a.m. Okay, ooh, yeah, well, we got some nice speculars and all sorts of stuff going on here. But one thing I do have to do, I gotta lock down this post-process setup. Alright, post-process. Post-processing enabled. Exposure. Auto exposure. Manual. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll just come in here and create a post-process volume. Set it to infinite. Come in here to exposure, manual, minimum, maximum. Alright, so now... Oh yeah, that's much better. So we have some nice brights, we still have some good reflections. The camera's not undering or overexposing. Exposure compensation is 0. Ooh. Sorcerer. So, using this, we should now be able to pull in our models and start building up our new ship. We have a locked exposure. We're not going to need anything else, really. Alright, let's delete that. Alright, Aegis, Javelin. Now, there are already some Javelin parts in here, but I'm going to get rid of them. Because, again, we're going to start this whole setup from scratch. Yep. Add depending deletes. Delete. I'm trying to delete stuff and the video card crashes. Yay. Alright. Move that off screen. Because there are actually some projects here that I don't want to show you guys. That music's getting pretty loud. Yeah, that music's getting pretty loud. Hey, can't you youngins do something about that? No, sir. Music is a heritage. A heritage, I tell you. Now just pop in here rather than anywhere else. So, objects, spaceships, ships, Aegis, Javelin, delete the BP Javelin. And of course it's going to want to load it before it deletes it. Oh no, it just lets me delete it. Delete. And now it's building mesh distance fields. Probably for models I'm about to delete. Because I am going to be assembling this completely... yeah, completely. So I am just deleting everything. And we crashed again. Ooh, too far back. Oh, I'm overmodulating. I'm sorry. And okay, things got frozen there for a moment. I need more liquid. Oh, in case you're wondering, these are from old tea that I bought from a store. It's like 1.24 liters. It is just like the perfect amount of water for me. So, all right. All right. So while that reboots, push, push, push. There we go. Make it some water. Really enjoying having a mini fridge like right there. Keeping most of my water there. What lies ahead? Okay, I'm having enough problems. I think I'm actually going to try doing a full, fresh build. I can rebuild everything up, that's okay. So I just need to go to my Untitled projects. Star Citizen Cinema 5.0. And call it 5.0. Oh! Try again, try again, try again. Alright, close the launcher and try again. There we go. Start the launcher. At some point, you gotta wonder, okay, how much am I suffering because it's an old project converted to a new project, and how much is it the engine is buggy as shit. All right, film, video, virtual production. Camera effects. Let's just go blank. We want ray tracing, no starter equipment. We'll call this Star Citizen Cinema. Cinema. Great project. Is it just me, or am I looking thinner? I mean, even from when I was like, back here earlier, I was like, yeah, nice straight neck. I sit up, and I'm not that bad. I lean forward, and oh yeah, look at that. I don't know. I think I'm losing weight, hopefully. Or at least thinning down. I don't mind staying the same weight, as long as I can thin down. I don't know, maybe it's all the water I'm drinking. Javelin's finished. Alright, well, let's let Unreal Engine finish its work. Let's close VR. So, in this version, we are building it from scratch in 5.0. So we're not going to have to worry about anything, carrying over or anything. We're going to, the one thing I want to copy from the old one is the new set. So, don't know if that will work. I might have to just build a new set. I mean, like what? That took me like what, 5 minutes? Max? Hard part was getting the post-processing to look right. $100 shaders left to go. Ooh, French fries. How come it says 45%, but alright, it's just finding more shaders at this point. Yeah, it's loading packages, and it's like, okay, now we have to compile these shaders. Right now, it just jumped up to 5,000, because it loaded new items. I don't know if you guys can see that. Yeah. Oh. My speakers were on. No wonder it was probably, it was probably coming in very echoey for you. I apologize for that. I mean, I like it when my speakers are on. I can hear it, actually. That's quite nice. And I don't have to have those hot headphones on my ears. But, there's also times where I can just, let that music go and I don't need to hear it. But I do like having it because, the headset, I should say, because, it lets me know when, we have one of those alerts that pops up every so often. Like someone just followed, or, you've won $1 million! Not that I've had that alert yet. I've had that alert ready for 9 on the 12 years! Yeah. I've been doing a lot of streaming for quite a while, and I feel like I keep having to start over from zero because of reasons. Sometimes it's moving to a new platform, sometimes it's, because I've had to go away for a few years and everything, and I don't know, I'm kind of getting at a point where I'm thinking maybe I should just stop. I have other things that are starting to pull my attention elsewhere. I like doing the streaming, but at the same time, it's a lot of energy, and right now, at least, I'm not getting very much reward. I don't know. If nothing else, I'm going to keep doing Star Citizen Sunday. Not 100. I should be streaming it, but if nothing else, I'm going to host it. And we'll just do that as time goes by. We're still 4,000 shaders away. So let's, open up Blender. Aren't you doing too many things? No, the export is finished. So I have all of the 313 javelins. So, here's the problem. I'm trying to do imported the javelin into here. The big one. Let's see. Let's go to there. We want the 313 javelins. These are all 3 of the javelins. Why is this one 30 megs? This one's 94 kilobytes, and this one's 28 megs. Alright, let's just try importing a regular javelin. From 314, based on the file size, I'm guessing it's going to have a lot of the interior in it. And we'll just kind of have that going. And we'll just kind of have this going too. So we're just going to wait and see what happens. So I have started writing a Star Citizen machinima. I'm 2 episodes in. I'm expecting the whole thing to take about 12 episodes, maybe 13. Not certain yet. At least that's my goal. Us, creative types, we say it's only going to be this long, and then it ends up being longer. Because, we come up with so much stuff. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I'm teaming up with a group. It's set in their universe, but with some original characters. And I touch on 1 or 2 of their characters a bit, but it's mostly my original characters. And they're actually getting kind of excited about it, so this will probably happen. I want to finish writing the whole series so I can know exactly where it's going, and I can if I come up with something in episode 13 that I need to reference in episode 1, I want to have that in there and ready to go. Because I'm thinking of concepts like that I want to do, but I don't know if I want to do them. I don't know if they're right for these characters or if it's right for the story. And that's why I'm trying to go through the whole thing before, we start getting into that kind of stuff. I just put up the script for episode 2 for those guys to review, and I haven't seen them review it, but I did mention that I had a pretty large scene in there, and they're like, oh, I don't know. I'm like, no, come on, it's mostly people with helmets and armor. I'm sure we can find that many people. We have a hard time just getting 5 people. Yeah, but that's 5 people with VoIP. Or FOIP. Face over IP. And then there's problems with that. In my script, there's a lot of people. I don't think any of them need face over IP. Maybe 3 characters in the whole sequence. 4 if you count the main character. So, when I was trying this import earlier, I buy it with a different ship. I was using the Fleet Week version. It got all the way to... it imported all the geometry. It got everything instanced. And then it did some post-cleanup. And after it finished the post-cleanup, it crashed Blender. So, don't know what's going on there. I've alerted it to the program author, and his exact words were, interesting. I don't know if he's like, oh, okay, and Or if he's just like, oh, interesting. Okay, back to what I was doing. So, don't know. I mean, I don't, begrudge him either way. I mean, there's not a whole lot that I can do for him to, help him with that, short of, handing him the files I exported. But I did just, export these files as their own, in their own folder. So maybe there was some cross-contamination going on, and that's what was causing the problem. I don't know. Right now, we're mainly just waiting to see, are we going to import and get this Idris? Or are we going to start, importing, the Idris we exported earlier, which is from 3.14, without the interiors. But if we get this Idris working, I am absolutely going to save it first thing, and then I'm going to, try to export it. Okay, we are currently at 820 shaders at 74%. So there may be more shaders, but this batch of 5,000 is now down to 720. Meanwhile, we're at 30% import of the 313 Idris, or Javelin. Javelins! These are javelins, not Idrises. Javelins. Ow. Why did that hurt? I'm gonna snack. Do I have any snacks? No. No, I don't. At least nothing healthy. I should get more apples. Go away, Steam VR. Oh, it's loading. Alright, I'm going to move this off to the other screen so I can keep an eye on it. Or maybe it will just pop back. I don't know. Alright. Yes, update the project. And now we're going to compile 12,000 shaders. Alright, so we have content. We got our main level, which is this. So let's create a new folder, call it Maps. Tests. And a new level, Test World. Save, go there. Alright, so we need to create a cube? Yeah, I guess a cube. Static mesh. So they did not have BP. Oh, no. Yeah, I don't think they have BPS anymore. Yeah, these are static meshes. I think I'm going to take this up to 1,200. There, that's good. Alright, and now we need a light from the sun and sky. Alright, June 15th, which is what we set ours to. We're going to need visual effects, atmospheric fog. Visual effects, exponential height fog. No, just that. That's good. All right. First processing volume. All right. Metered. We want this to be 12.5, I believe. And it needs to be infinite. Alright, maybe 12.5 is too much. Let's try 10. 1. 20. Sky atmosphere, volumetric clouds, or cloud, exponential height fog, set that to 0. I think set that to 0 too, if I remember how this works correctly. And then in sun sky, sky atmosphere, Wait. No. I remember now. Render. Use hardware trace. I'm going to have that disabled for now. Because that could have easily been... Oh. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Did something happen? Okay. That's a whole bunch of problems. Well, first of all, yeah, we don't want bloom. We do not want over auto exposure. I do actually want motion blur on this. Support atmospheric fog, sky atmosphere, height fog. Yeah. All right, that's all set to true. So I don't know what's going on here. How's our import coming? 52%. All right. Well, I think for right now I'm going to delete the atmospheric. You know, we might come back to that. I'm not sure why things are different, but we'll investigate. All right. So. Objects, spaceships, ships, Aegis, Javelin, exteriors, meshes. All right. Import. Build nanite, yes. Search under parent, create new materials. Don't care about that. Yep, let's do this. Let's do this thing! So, the way we're going to handle materials and everything this time around is actually we are going to have every mesh that has a material have its own, you know, all the materials are going to be actual material. They're not going to be instances or anything like that. What we're going to do, though, is actually move all the logic that you normally put in there into a function. So, and we're going to have those functions output material settings or material attributes. So, the only thing that's going to be in each of these materials are the individual material settings, and then that gets plugged in to, you know, whatever we need to. There's actually a couple of things that I want to do that we'll be plugging into the materials. So, for instance, I can input the public parameters, and I can have that in its own little setup and just plug that in, and it will go. I can even copy and paste it, hopefully. But that should give us quite a bit of, modularity, and we can pass that variable along to any subfunctions. We just have to make sure we add the, the public material, public parameters. So, after this gets imported, I need to actually find where it's keeping those materials. Alright, object, spaceships, ships, Aegis, Javelin, exteriors. There is a Javelin exterior material that is in the same folder, actually. So, exteriors. So, I will actually, in the exteriors folder, create a Javelin exterior folder. Actually, it'll be Javelin exterior MTL folder. And I'm going to move all the materials into that. And then we will start work on building up everything that we need to build up. I'm going to have to create a blueprint folder here in a moment. And we'll have to either copy or rebuild our spaceship setups. I think probably, building up a new one would not be a terrible idea. There's definitely some changes I want to make, but we also need a spot where we can build the structure for our public parameters. So, we're just waiting for imports right now. How's our imports coming over here? 65%. Okay. They're estimating another 10 to 11 minutes or so. It's been 21 minutes so far. It's amazing that it's taking this long to import, considering it's only about 30 megs worth of FBX files for this first section of the ship. A lot of guts. I mean, look at this list. I mean, guts, 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 and then we get the neck. So let's take a brief look while we're waiting at the Javelin exterior material. Okay, so we got the proxies, decal text, yay. Decal palm, alright. Glass, we need the glass shader. And we're going to need the decal mesh shader and an illume shader. Not surprising. Here we are. Hard surface shader. So this is one of the reasons why I was thinking we would switch over to an actual material setup, is the hard surface shader. Now, the shader we're going to build lets us, do all this great stuff. And then we're going to build a separate material function that is the Aegis exterior material metal A white. And we're going to create a whole layer subset that lets us do all this. The hard part in here is going to be the palette tinting, because I'm going to have to find a way to create a reference that it can use and dynamically set that. Now the good news is I already done a lot of that setup. We just have to transfer that information over. Hey, we're actually to the nose. Yay. While this imports, I'm going to go use the bathroom real quick. Be right back. And I'm back. So the biggest question has got to be, why rebuild the materials in 5? And I know I've said this, earlier, but I want to reiterate it again. The reason we are going to rebuild the materials is because the old material system does not work with nanite. And I really do want these to be nanite capable. Now, before I forget, save. This version of Unreal has a lot of problems with GPU crashes. At least it did with the 4 converted over project. Fresh project? Maybe not. Because we're doing everything within the system, for the system, and by the people. But, yeah. So, vehicle voxels. I wonder if I can just import this. I don't even know what it is. So, let's assume not. Alright, so. Building up a new material system that can handle all of this is probably going to be one of the most important aspects of this whole setup. That it can handle the hard surfaces, but it can also handle the texture overrides, which we are actually going to put in there as a setup. So we can just, plug that in when needed, and it will go, hey, is this valid? Yes? Okay, we'll use that. Hey, is this valid? Yes? Okay, we'll use that. It's the palette tints that are going to make things tricky. But not impossible. Still saving. Alright. So I kind of wish I could, be working in here while it's saving, but oh well. As we can see, there's a lot of hard surfaces. Now you're probably thinking, okay, well, why the hard surfaces? Hard surfaces is the shader that they're using as a replacement. As they're moving forward, they're going to keep using this, or even worse, expand upon it. Now, there's a couple of things interesting here in this string gen mask. Vert colors, use damage map, wear layer, use detail maps. These are all informations that tell us, a lot of information. Stencil map. I mean, I'm not entirely certain what that is, but it's being used here. I don't know, maybe that's the cube map? I don't know, or maybe that's what 13 is. It's interesting that text slot 5 seems to be reflections. Not so much the, this is what reflects, this is what doesn't. No, this is the map that actually handles the reflections. So, and there's no equivalent to that in Unreal Engine. I mean, the only reason to use that would be to fake reflections. And we don't have to. We are going into this with the idea of using this as a non-linear animation setup. We are not building the game. We are taking the assets and making a machinima, style setup. We're going to be able to come in here and, create new sets, create new locations, create new ships if need be. I'd rather not do any of that creation, but the more I can be able to bring in, the better. Now, planets are going to be the one area where we're probably not going to be able to bring stuff in. I do know that somewhere in the game's data is a height map for all the planets. Or it's a map of some kind that says, okay, here is this, here is that, here is this. And that translates into geometry data. And, you know, process it enough, you end up with a planet's surface. Okay. This is building shaders, that's good. But now I can come here, new folder. Now I can't handle the material, so we're just going to change that out to an MTL. So now we have, this is our material folder. We can come here, we can see this. Here are all our materials. And we are just going to drag and drop them into here. Why? Because they are all Javelin exterior materials. Yes, they are. So now, this is a folder that exclusively holds the materials, and they're still compiling, so we're just going to kind of set these aside for a moment. What we're going to do is come up here and create a blueprints folder. Now, this is going to be where we put all of our stuff, all of our customized stuff. So, material structures. Actually, I don't think I can do this the more I think about it. I don't know. Material parameter collection, maybe? The other thing we want to do is we want to make everything a virtual texture. That gives us enough room to kind of really move everything. Yeah, okay, so my whole concept for the parameters was thinking of it more as a blueprint than a material. It'd be nice to be able to send that data along. Well, let's see what we can do. Let's start with the materials folder. And we'll call this masters, because this is where all of our, all of our custom items are going to be. So any master material I need to create, any shader, anything will be in here. And we'll have a new one for let's see, utilities, shaders, and this is the one where we're going to be using a lot. So let's see, and maybe sub shaders will go in here too. How are we doing? 91%. I'm going to move that just a little bit closer. Okay, so first things first, let's build. See, what's our first big one? Brown panel. That's a hard surface. So we need a material function. We'll call it material function hard surface shader. And now we can open that up. Function input. Now it'd be nice if I could actually put something in here. Well, we got texture exterior, material parameters, material attributes, booleans, textures. It's just a lot of possibilities, but what we need to be able to do is take all the settings and just input them in. So what we're going to actually do here is we know that we are going to have 2 layers. So we'll call this primary. And then we copy that. Sort priority of 1 and call this where. So now we have material attributes that are coming in. We can do whatever we need to get them out. So in this particular instance, we're basically turning this into a blend. But any sort of logic we need, we can do in here. Like, yeah, I really wish I could group these together. But here's what we do. We take this, we copy, paste, and we are going to give this a scalar 3 and call this primary tint color. And, you know, we're going to give this a default value of 111 across the board. Copy, paste. And then this will be where tint color. So now, get material attributes. And we'll set that to 1 on both of these. Set material attributes. And so what we can do is just take this, multiply it by that, and boom, that's done. So now we have our final primary layer. I mean, there's other things to do too. I mean, there's going to be UV tiling. There's going to be, you know, wear gloss, gloss multiplier, height scale, height bias. Ooh. Sorry. This is the important parts. So last time, you know, we're using a different file. We're also using it in an independent group. Nothing to have a problem with. So yeah. Yes, that's what we were having before. BMH skeleton? What? That's interesting. Okay, so with our materials, actually the way we might want to do it is I'm going to close this just for a moment. Save all. So yeah, I think we're going to do it that way. Yeah. All right. I think I know how we're going to do this, so let me get through this and then we will start work on that. Okay, please, 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 please. Look, it took 40 minutes. Post-import cleanup. And it crashed. All right. Okay, so what we need to do now is create a It's like we need to create a material function instance. Create function instance. Perfect. So material function. Layer. So now we know that we need over here objects, panels, aegis, layers. Interesting location. Spaceships, ships, aegis. Layers. All right. Aegis painted, metal A white. Aegis exterior? Yeah, exterior painted, metal A white. Here we are. This is it. So we need to create a material function of this, label it that, move it here, and see what we can do. Okay. Nothing at the moment, but that's okay. That's because we don't have anything set up for our layer shader. So let us work on that. So input function, we need 3. And let's use the same naming structure as the material system. So that's diffuse. Yes, diffuse. Delete that. Delete that. Specular. And let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, what? 7, 8, and I'm going to default this to 1 across the board, and I'm going to default this to 0 actually. 9. Emissive. All zeros. Copy paste. 8, 9, 10. Opacity. This will be a scalar 1, and we can use the default value. That's fine. And in fact, I'm just going to have all of these be the default values. Alright, this will be shininess, which is 11. Oh, yeah. 255. And there is another one, test vert modifier, but I haven't figured out what that is, so I'm not going to bother with it. Alright, so first things first, we gotta divide this by 255. That brings it down into a 1.0 scale. That's great. So now we're also going to need textures. For this particular one, we're actually going to need 4. So let's start with text slot 1. And we're just going to have this be a texture 2D. So this is and we're actually going to come down here and do, start that at 20. So this will be 21 because it's slot 1. Paste. This one's slot 2. So it's 22. This one is slot 7. So it'll be 27. And this one will be slot 8. And we'll add more here as we need them. But, just starting here, let's, save that and come over here and see what we have. Missing result. Okay. Make material attributes. Diffuse. Right now we'll just plug everything in. Who gives a crap? Actually, this needs to be inverted. Save. Okay, it's compiling. Scene preview, shader code. Oh, I can look directly at the shader code? Nice. I'm going to close this. Come back, open it up again. Okay, so I can't create... Alright. So I suppose what I could do is create a actual material that we instance this into, and then we just pass it through that function. That would work. I'll definitely want to create defaults for this. so we're gonna eventually have to get the textures in the air. Oh, don't worry, Batsy. All right, so where dirt blend fall off. You are a scalar value. And you are worthy of, well, let's make this 41. So we'll be starting public parameters on 40 here. Now keep in mind that doesn't mean anything. Preview scene settings. Oh, you know what? That probably only works with parameters. So what I would have to do is come here and, make, a whole bunch of parameters. So if I come here and convert to parameters, and then save, and then come down here and look at this, now we have a parameter group. So if I, for instance, did that, we came here, look, we got parameters. All right. So this would be one way to do it. I'm not sure I want to do it that way. This would be so much easier in blueprints. I mean, I just gotta say. But I need to build this up first, so yay. Oh, you know what? There. If I do that, and plug that in. So now, this will have defaults. I can make instances of it, but I can still overwrite it. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so texture objects. And now convert to parameter. We'll call this text.tape. Underscore textures is the group. Sort priority is 8. Paste, paste, paste. Plug it in, plug it in. Plug it in, plug it in. Alignment, distribute vertically. Okay, there we go. So, texture slot 1, 2, 7, okay, so I need to start bringing in some textures. Specifically, alright, so we have a defaults directory. Can I just import these? No, I cannot. Alright, well, what about if I go to the other directory? No, it's not there. Yay! Alright, I need that, and I'll need that. Alright. Going through directories. Pasting. Copies. Alright. Got them all as targas. Moving back. And now import them. Now, asset bulk edit. So, first of all, I want to use all of these as masks. Why? It's crazy, but it actually does help. So, first of all, virtual texture, turn off RGB, compression, masks, and save. Cancel. Alright, so texture slot. Ooh. I just had the thought. We are going to need a normal. Now, I think I actually do have one ready to go. Let me check. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? I'm not seeing it there. That's not to say it's, not there. It's just I'm not seeing it. Alright, textures, defaults. Ooh. Alright, you. I also want to do as a mask, so there's no RGB. Preserve, never stream. Yeah. I don't know how, but for some reason I can't... Alright, let's apply and save that. Alright. Huh. Alright, anyways, I need to get back to, I need that normal. Where did I put that normal? This is starting to upset me. Oh, I think I know where it is. Yeah, there it is. And this is not responding. Great. Huzzah! We have broken the system. Still, having their purlin noise, that's actually quite, handy. So. That will definitely be useful. I'm not entirely certain when, but it will be useful. Alright, let's kill that. Save. And while we're out here, exit, open it back up. Yeah. You're not supposed to be using that. Are you a naughty system? Oh, is that what it is? Ah. Anything else using something it shouldn't? I think OBS was using my main GPU card. And that's why I've been having so much problems when I'm running it. Because it should be using my second GPU. Yes, use that. It's probably one of those things where it's not going to help until I relaunch the stream, and I'm not going to do that just yet. Skip restore. I have no idea where the virtual option is. I can't find it. Dismiss. Cancel. All right, come on. Is this what you wanted? Is this what you wanted? Alright, show a new content browser. There we are. Come on. And it won't, there we go. Now it's working for some reason. Okay, yeah, no idea what's going on there. Project settings. Maps. Go into there. Enjoy. Save all. Okay, so we're still under materials. Masters. Right, master. Okay, so now that we know how to do all this, now it comes an instance of actually doing this. So 42. That's going to be 1. Detail diffuse is 0. But we're going to default it to 5 because or 0.5 because that's what I recall on most of the settings. Detail tiling. Clear coat blend. Subsurface scattering. And these are things I'm probably going to remove. Cloth blend. But for right now, I'm going to use them, if only to keep my counter correct. And here's where we go to 3. We are specular color. That's also going to be 3. Defaults in 1. Tint mode is 0. All that's going to be 0. Detail tiling defaults to 1. Alright, this is going to go back to scalar. Where glossiness, detail bump, detail gloss. Alright, so this is the order. 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. 51, 52, and then 53. Alright, save. And these are going to be 3 public parameters. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Detail tiling, default to 1. Clear coat blend. Alright, all that. I'm sure that comes in handy somewhere, but just not for me. So it's like I want to be able to delete, or not delete, but at least, you know, disable them. Alright, so that's going to be 4, 44, 49, so this will be 9. For where to fuse color. So actually this needs to be that. Convert to parameters. Where to fuse color. And let's make sure all of this is set to public parameters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 9. What's this? Custom prism data? Parameter customization channel names. Oh, nice. I'm not going to use that right now. Alright, so I need another one of these. for the wear specula color. Which will be 10, 11, 12, and 13. Wear glossiness, 0.5, sounds about right. Detail bump, 0.5. Sorry I can't make this bigger for you. It's just all the detail stuff is going to be 0.5 as a default. Nope, layer tiling was not connected. And not quite. All right, so there's all that. Let's straighten these out. There we go. So those are all our public parameters that we need so far. Here are all our texture parameters, but now we need to actually come in here and set some decent defaults. Let's make sure we save this. So we have white, so use white as virtual color. Alright, this is going to be that, so we're actually going to bring our blink normal. Let's make sure it's being utilized correctly. Well, first of all, this is a normal map. Second of all, bulk edit, virtual. I don't know why virtual is not showing up in the actual texture editor. Alright, so then we have the default, so this needs to be a mask. We're just going to use white. And then 8 is going to be blend. So that also has to be masked. But we're in this instance, we're actually going to use black. Why? Because we are going to default to the bottom layer. So, with that, we're actually pretty good. Now, the blend layer almost always includes some really nice stuff. So, you know, some really nice stuff. Alright, so we need to actually come over here and start making a whole bunch of parameters. That will just pump into here. And this is going to have a value of 1. This is also going to have a value of 1. Because these are default parameters. Alright, emissions, however, Oh, wait. Let's go here. Specular. Emissive, however, is going to have a value of 0. Because the last thing we want is for things to glow. Now you can already see this is, you know, kind of really shiny, and it's got a high input, so that's all good. So new parameter here, and new parameter there. Converts the shinies. All right, plug those in. And there we are. Now, shininess has to default to 255. Why? Because that's the way it is. Because that's the way the cookie crumbles. So now we have all of our settings. They're all available. So now comes the part where we actually have to do the work. So I'll take that away. Pull this back here. And now we can actually start, you know, building this up. I'm actually going to grab all this and move that up to right there. Alright, so easiest thing in the world is actually no, not the easiest thing in the world, but we have to build up the we need layer options. So let me save all this right now. So what we need in here now is the layer parameters. These are parameters that can only be inputted in from another location. So for these, we're actually going to copy that guy. We're going to come down here, and we're actually going to make this 81. Now I'm going to jump back over here, and we're going to see that the, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, actually. So 84 is our first one. And this will be tint color. This will be a vector 3. And we're going to just default to white. There's going to be no parameters connected to this because you shouldn't be able to parameterize this. You can only affect it when you bring it in. So the way this is going to work is, we'll have this, we'll instance this so we can set all the defaults here. But when we grab that instance, when we grab this white one, we'll drag it in, and then we'll be able to say, hey, I have tint colors and stuff. So we can plug that in directly. The idea is to pass along as many variables as we can. And we just leave these all as defaults. So these are in the 80s. We have another one. This will be wear tint. So this tints the worn parts. We have okay, that's 84. This is 85. This will be 86. And this is gloss multiplier. And we're going to leave that as a default. Well, this is a scalar, so first of all. But we're going to leave this as a default of 1 because, you know, the gloss should never be multiplied more than that, or something like that. Now we have the wear gloss, where it's almost literally the same thing. just on what, it's only going to be applied to areas where the blend map says, hey, we got this. UV tiling. This is how we are going to scale the UVs on a material. Now, this should not be confused with, let's see, where is it? Layer tiling, which is actually going to be something separate, and I'm assuming that it compounds over it rather than overrides it, but I don't know. Maybe it does override it. It's something to think about. Alright, we are also going to need 2 more. 3 more, actually. And we'll worry about getting some of these dealt with later. Alright, so first of all, this guy, height bias. That's going to be a scalar, and we're going to actually leave it at 0. Height scale, we're going to leave that at 1. And then the hardest one to deal with, palette tint, this is actually going to be 0. Why 0? Because, well, 0. Because we actually need to use it as an integer rather than anything else. And that's going to make things interesting when we work with getting the palette tints running. Now, I should mention that a lot of this setup has actually already been developed by a guy, let's see, what was his name again? VMXio, or Vmexio, I don't know. Anyway, VMX is doing a lot of this work, but he's doing this on the Blender side, while I'm doing it on the Unreal Engine side. So, yeah, there's that. So here's the question. Does UV scaling override that, or is it continuation? Let's try that. Let's see if that does anything crazy. So the layer tiling, that they input will be can be overridden. Yeah, that makes sense. Height scale. That's global. Alright, so we'll just do that. Height bias, that's something that we're going to work on when we have... let's see, what do we have here? Height bias is 0. I don't know what the height bias is for. Maybe it slightly modifies the height scale. So if we had a height bias greater than 0, we would actually use that to subtract from our normal. I'm guessing. Where gloss, where tint. Alright. So now it's time to actually start building up our thing. Well, first of all, we're going to need UVs. So let's grab this guy. And we'll just multiply this out. And boom, we've got UVs. Now, we actually have to add a string generation mask. And this is going to be another one of those, oh god, we got more inputs, so. And I'm going to start, I just realized, yes, delete that. We never did all this. 84, 85, 86, 87, so that'll be 88, 89, 90, 90, 1. $88. Push it up to 88 miles per hour! Alright, so now we have our UVs. We might want to... I'm actually going to open up. I don't have that here. Okay, so I gotta go back over here. Way back over here! Now I need to check and see in the shaders. Let's open up the hard surface. I think that's the one we're kind of basically working from. Do they have a layer one? No, they have layer blend. But no, that's not the same thing. Okay, so here are all the hard surface options for the string generation mask. So we have parametric occlusion mapping. So let's start creating booleans, I guess. Static boolean. Boolean. Static boolean parameter. Parallax occlusion mapping. Description. And this will be 1. String gen mask. Macro normal map. Large scale normal map. Well, I'm gonna just create these and that one's hidden. We got a number of these that are hidden. This is interesting. I wonder if these are override materials, because they're dependent on certain things. And that is interesting information for me. Alright. Alright, so here is the magic one. Vert colors. R damage, G for glow, A for ambient occlusion, and A for wear. Wear is actually a really big one, which is why in the program I actually swapped it with G, because G is the glow that you get during battle damage. Now maybe I should have swapped it with A, but I'm not certain. The other problem is, though, that you know, the other materials seem to use them in a different order. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Five, 6. Enables animated glow triggered by the height map. Interesting. I'm going to add this, but I don't think I'm ever going to use it. Alright. So that was 4, 5. So this is 6. So yeah, this is one of the things I needed to add in my other versions, but I never... I did a little bit. Alright, so this is another one that, you know, is used a lot, but I'm not actually going to be using it. At least not yet. You know, maybe when we do... maybe when we get to a point where I'm happy and I feel like I can do something harder. Is the damage map. Alright. That's 7. That's 8. Save. Now these are the ones with hard surface, but layer seems to be almost exclusively hard surface. So. Now this is the one that sounds interesting. Blend a secondary layer with max height in areas with wear. So we're coming back up to that wear map. Read the per layer specular maps. And you know, all of this is going to be you know, imported. I mean, really, I should be actually importing these rather than writing them out like this. Function static bool. 101. Okay, 104. Anim Glow, 106. Use damage map. That's 107. Now what I could do is actually just copy all of these descriptions into here. That would actually probably help me a bit. So I might actually do that. So one of the reasons why I'm taking the numbers so high is so I don't have to worry about conflicting numbers if something happens. Because I don't know how many I'm going to have to add into various areas. I mean, some materials get up to 13 textures, but that's mostly the Illume texture. Building up a texture that's going to work with the characters, that's going to be interesting because there's supposed to be 8 materials per character, material. Alright, secondary layer. Alright, use specular maps. One to 11. Alright, so now we're going over here. Use detail maps. Stencil map. 113. Alright. Alright, stencil map. What the? Stencil map and sticker. Terrain blending, which I don't think I'm going to need, but I'm going to add anyways. Just, no. I'm actually going to say no with that. Well, no. Actually, let's, detail, stencil. Alright, so the terrain blending would be 14. Iridescence, that's one I probably am going to need. And that's going to be 14, 15, 16. Oh, only one more. So I can actually get rid of that one. Macro emissive line. So 117? Yep, alright. So, the preview for all of these is going to be a static pool of false. Now I can't just, plug them all in here because, I really don't know which ones are going to need what. But I know that some of these are actually going to need some of the good stuffs. Okay, so the other thing we're going to need in here is let's just move that over there for right now. Is public variables. We're going to need to have a way of getting those out. Now, public variables, I would put them probably here before layers if there's like another one there, which I'm pretty certain there is. Macro tiling. That would do it. But actually, I think that's probably going to be a be something that we do separately. So let's see, what do we do for these? These are the 50s? Yeah. Alright. Alright, so macro tiling is something we're going to need because these are, set up to do that. So here's the question. Does that override UV tilings? My guess is no. But what it might actually be is another multiplier. So copy, paste, input, macro UVs. And these are in the 40s. So I'm actually going to make this 55. Well, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So no. Yeah, let's make this 60. That'll be 64. And now we'll multiply that in there. And if we get into parallax occlusion, we'll bring this down to be there. Alright. Save. Applied. Good. Okay, so now we can start breaking this apart, trying to figure out where everything goes. I'm going to pull that all back. I'm going to pull these up here, pull these kind of in the middle. These can be kind of over there. So now, for most of these, we actually need to do a texture sample. We'll run that in. Now, I'm not entirely certain, but I suspect that diffuse is something that is put on over this, so that they actually do work together. So, it's like, straight up, just multiply these two together, and you have something that works. The problem is that we also then have to further tint it. So let's come over here. Well, one of these is supposed to be a tint. Oh, that's because it's not in here yet. So input, vector 3, and this will be tint color. Function's name must be unique. Oh, okay. Let's just delete that. Tint color, tint color. There's tint color. It was hiding from me because I didn't see it as a vector 3. So there. Yeah, good enough. Alright, so, in theory, that should be all we need to do. And we can just run this directly into the base color. And that should get us what we need. The problem comes in that there's other colors in here that we need to get, such as wear tint. We are also going to need palette tint. We're going to need the specular. Emissive, I feel pretty good in just dropping in for right now, at least. So we can just, toss that in. Now, let's see. Yep, there's the specular. There's our palette tint and our wear tint. Wear diffuse tint. We're going to need that. Now I'm wondering if wear tint affects both specular and diffuse. I suspect it might. I don't think I even have that. Let's see what happens. Yeah. Ah, we gotta buy it. I don't like that this game came out today, or 2 days ago, and it already has DLC. What is the rating on this? What's it doing? Or the reviews, I should say. Very positive. Yeah. Yeah, what the hell? I kind of feel like I might want to put this on my SSD. Alright. So while that downloads, and we might go have some fun with that. And where is he? Oh, he's on the Gravitron. Yeah! You know, this is going to be a long time going, so let me, I'm going to stop my recording, and we will come back to this at another day. So, people are watching this in the future on YouTube and everything. I'll see you next time. Thank you for coming by. I'll catch you up on this later.